here's what I'm looking at. Although now that I'm here, I notice that setting up right here would not be a very good idea, even though it looks kind of cool, because my shadow, here I'll bob around a little bit, my shadow is in the way. And whereas I do like taking self-portraits of my shadow, like I'm Peter Pan or something, not what I'm after today. So I'm gonna keep moving down.
Join Steve and I as we go out and capture images of the Ozarks and sometimes teach you a little about photography.
So Steve and I stopped by the cabin here, and I forgot it burnt down, I think 2 years ago. We are at Crawford County. Is that the sign I saw down at the bottom?
You know what? I don't know.
I think it's Crawford County, and this used to be a neat looking cabin up here. We're going to Merrimack Springs. Not sure what this room was for. There's a window in the back. I'm not seeing anything. Are you, Steve?
No. I like the moss on the roof.
I do too. What's Steve seeing right there? Oh yeah, it's pretty thick. And then there's the outhouse. Got to open the door.
Oh no, that's always scary. Could be a skeleton.
Yep. A one-holer with a bird nest in it. Hornet's nest. This corner, I like the moss.
Yeah, from this corner might be.
Well, there ain't no reason both of us shoot it. Go get your camera and we'll shoot one here.
All right.
I'll have to get my camera too.
I was gonna say, come on, man. Find something picture worthy on this, and I see some repetition with the floor logs. These guys lined up right here. I know they're not all exactly the same, but same enough.
It is. Nice repetition.
Yeah. So
what are you thinking? Long depth of field or short depth of field? And
I like short depth of field. I don't know why, but focus on one and let the
foreground and
side
background.
and the go out.
I like that idea. I don't think that's original chinking in there.
No. No, doesn't look like it. And now with this lens, it goes down to f4.
Website. Oh, by the way, I'm going to link our website down below. Please go to our website. It'd be great if you purchase a print to help offset costs of these traveling photos we're doing. But Steve had a photo in there, Big Spring, that I guess I didn't look at it long enough. He got the star effect. I think he's getting known for the star effect on the sun. It was beautiful.
I know just a few moments ago we took a photo because of the repetition, like the same sort of element over and over and over again. But the back here, Mike was just working the scene with the window, and I couldn't help but notice that all the boards were cut off the same length, -1. And I'm kind of drawn to that board. It's way longer than everything else.
I'll show you what he's seeing here. You got a unique perspective there, Steve.
Yeah.
That one board.
Yeah,
Why
I don't
did they
know.
leave it long?
I don't even know if it'll make a nice picture, but
I like the colors you got there, the green, the red. Oh,
you know what?
uh-oh, he sees
We
some.
might be able to get the star.
I saw it. That's what made me think of the picture.
Yeah, Mike showed me a while back ago how to take pictures with starburst on them, and so did that several times. And of course, as soon as we start talking about it, the sun kind of goes away. But anyway, we're going to attempt. The sun is up there between the branches of the cedar tree, And to get it, and I don't understand the physics as to why this works, but we roll our f-stop all the way up to f22 on this particular lens. And then we take it like a normal picture. Because we're shooting in RAW, the front of the picture is going to look all blacked out. Back of the picture will look overexposed, but once it's in the computer, we can balance everything. Come on, son, come on out.
What's your composition you're at in the roof line?
Yeah, roof line. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, it's coming now. Well, Steve, you think you got anything?
I hate to jinx us. Yeah, I think the sun came out a little bit stronger at the end, so I think I have a starburst over whatever that thing is.
We don't know what that building is.
No. Got some green moss, which is why we stopped here to begin with.
Landscape photographers are never happy. Steve and I was complaining in the last couple of videos that either we get full sunlight or we get overcast. Well, today we got clouds and sun. It's just that this would probably be an early morning composition. We're going to go towards the other waterfall across this little bridge and walk the loop. This bridge and waterfall has been taken. In fact, somebody came down here after that big snow we had and got a real nice picture. This is what we see, that little waterfall right there with the dark background. Sun's going behind a cloud. You want to... spoke too soon. I'm going to pull out my 70 to 200, set up my tripod right here, and do a cotton water effect. Okay, here's what I see, the waterfall right there. Right there. I see the sycamore here and kind of drew my attention too. I'm getting some lighting now. Okay, now this is what I see. I went to a vertical composition. I'm going to pull out I have my polarizer on there. I'm going to polarize the water and then pull out my neutral density filter. Waterfall back there. I did it with a 3-stop and I've got a second. Now I'm going to put the 10-stop on there, but I have to use the app on my phone to figure out the exposure. Right now my exposure was f11 at 1 second. I'd like to get real cotton water, and that's why I'm using this. You can't see through this 10-stop neutral density filter. The shutter speed is going to go to the double bar. What's that mean?
All right, the double bar means that you can click the shutter release, the trigger, walk away for however long you wish. It could be days, I suppose.
It could. He very well is right.
And then you come back, and when you want it to stop, you push it again.
So I've got polarizer and the 10-stop filter on there, and I'm using my app to figure out the reciprocity failure.
And what's that app called again?
Long exposure, and it's free.
Exposure. All right.
Free. So this is what I have in the back of my camera. You can see the histograms all the way to the top or the right of the histogram. So I'm going to turn my shutter speed faster until it's just barely touching, and I usually go back or past it just a little ways. So I'm still at a 40th of a second at f11. Now I'm going to screw on my 10-stop neutral density filter. This is my 10-stop neutral density filter. If I put it over the lens, you can't see nothing through it. I put in a 40th of a second, the middle numbers, the 10-stop neutral density filter, and it tells me 25 seconds. I'll push the start button at the bottom here at the same time that I release the shutter. So I'm getting even crazier. Shooting a horizontal of the same falls behind me here, but it was a 1/4 of a second. So I'm shooting an exposure time of almost 5 minutes with that polarizer on and the 10-stop ND filter.
With my lenses, my setup, I didn't like the spot that we were at. I mean, it's great for him. He's got the equipment and he'll be able to get some good shots. On the other hand, my wide angle was much too wide, a lot of dead area. And it was the same when I put on my zoom lens, a lot of dead area. I don't like dead area. So I'm moving off to the side of the waterfall, and I'm going to try to get some cotton candy over here. Although admittedly, I'm going to have to borrow Mike's neutral density filters. I plan to buy some of my own later this afternoon. Change the angle a bit. See if I can get behind this thorn bush here. And I did. Kind of. Oh, being a photographer is a rough gig sometimes. There we go. Okay. Now my shadow is out of the way. I'm in a different spot. So let's see what I can do. Oh, and another thing about coming down to this little angle is that I should be able to crop it so that light generator on the other side of the bank would not be in the photo. That's the goal anyway. All right, let's talk about photo composition for just a little bit. This is my camera right over here, I think. There we go, you can see it there. And I'm kind of getting what I would call a split image. In other words, the bottom section is in shadows, the top section is in bright sunlight. Man, in the old days when I was shooting black and white or even just snapshots, this would not work out. However, what we can do now with the magic of computers, a program like, let's say, Lightroom Classic, is that I can run a mask or a filter over that top section and tone it down, and I can do the same with the bottom section and brighten it up so that it's more of an even distribution of light. Some people may think that's a little bit of a cheat. I do not. I know someone like Ansel Adams spent a lot of time in a dark room playing with his prints in order to make them look the way he wanted to. So I'm not going to feel out of line doing that. I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I got an image, and we'll see if we can make it work. And also what I'm trying to do is run a little bit of cotton candy water on it and see if we can do that. And then I might, just for fun, do a focus stack. Although when you have movement in the photo, usually focus stack doesn't turn out all that well. But I think movement of water would be fine with focus stack. We're going to find out. All right, as it turns out, I did not use Mike's neutral density filters. The sun went down enough, it got shady enough that I think I slowed the water down so that it's still cotton candy. Yes, I'll have to do some editing with it in Lightroom Classic, but I think I got it. Plus there's a little bit of what we English majors call dappled sunlight. Kind of like the side of a trout has dappled coloring on it, that a few of the rocks and a few of the rapids had a little bit of sun on them and are kind of golden. And so it looked kind of pretty without the neutral density filter. So we'll take that home. We'll see what we can do with it. And maybe it'll turn out better than it did if I had a neutral density filter. You never know.
This is a pretty spot though. Down there's my camera. People enjoying the evening over there with kids. I think Steve's coming this way. What'd you find up there?
I found wet grass to sit in. I found wet grass to put my lens on so I could get the glass wet. But I think I was able to get some cotton candy water, even without the neutral density filters, because it was enough in the shade. But now, you know, with the sun getting close to the bridge, you know what I'm thinking now.
Uh-oh. Starburst?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a signature, man. You get better than I do. It must be your lens.
It's got a crack in it, you know.
Oh.
That could be it.
I don't know if you can hear me over the waterfall. The sun's setting. I'm getting almost full shadows now. But Steve's up there working another composition. Yeah, the sunlight's almost gone. I changed to horizontal. Let's see what I get. We have the whole park to ourselves right now. I don't know if they'll come over and kick us out or not, but we don't have light very much longer though. So Steve, what are you working?
Well, we got this little app on our phone called Photo Pills, right there.
What's that cost?
I can't remember. It's a one-time only cost. What?
$9.99, $10?
$10, something like that. And what it's really good for is Milky Way planning. And so we were just looking because we know that's where the spring is. That's
southwest-ish.
Yeah.
That's what we're aiming for.
So what we should be able to do is get on our photo pills and dial up a date in the future, and we just keep spinning and spinning until we find a day where the Milky Way core is above spring. Of course, by then the leaves will be on the trees, so that'll
and
change.
it'll probably be late in the summer before it gets up there. You're right. I never thought of that, Steve.
But still, it's a possible thing to do.
Okay, we're going to call it here unless we see something. We always say that and then we see something.
Right.
But we're going to call it here. Come back, as Steve always says, subscribe. We really need some people. And I said this last video, Missouri people, tell us places that we don't know about.
Yeah, somebody left us some messages for things near Farmington, Fredericktown.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kind of nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. Well, we thank you for your comments. Give us a thumbs up, but better yet, give us a subscription or subscribe. Okay.
Yeah, and for my Uncle Russell, we didn't get to everything today. Means we got to come back and do it again sometime.
This might be a good spring spot.
Yeah.
I know it's a good fall spot, so. Okay, talk to you later. See ya.